Alright, so today I relapsed, and it didn't just all of a sudden come from just me not being able to resist against that one thing. It was kind of like everything kind of came crashing down, right? So my biggest struggle, I would say, is with, like, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this on the channel before, but it's just adult content. You know what that is, very explicit content. And something I've been like looking at, this is me trying to be as transparent as I can. It's something I've been dealing with like for a while. I've been looking at this crap since I was like a child. I'm driving right now, by the way, sorry for all the noise. I just thought I would get this off my mind. But when it comes to relapse with anything, like I said, I just made a video about willpower, right? Just yesterday. And when it comes to anything about like addictions and trying to resist stuff and cravings and whatever, often than not, it requires you to have a lot of other things in your life that you're resisting against, right? So it's not just, let's say, pornography, but it's also scrolling your phone. It's also eating junk food. It's also making sure you work out, stuff like that, right? And what can happen is that you're like, if you're not expressing enough willpower through everything, if you just crumble on one thing, then everything else will fall, right? So I've been fasting the past couple of days, so I've been having just about like, one meal, and I've been going like 16-hour fast for the past couple of days. Today, that wasn't the case, right? That wasn't the case. It was different. I ended up not keeping up with my usual like fasting schedule. And then I found myself like scrolling on my phone a lot more than I would have liked to. In general, I don't want to scroll through my phone, but I did. And then as I was working through school projects and whatnot, I like kept eating and just eating and whatever. And of course, it's like that's gonna lead to more and more breakdown, and then you're gonna end up relapsing on something that you don't want to that you don't want to break, right? And usually it's like bad behavior is followed with bad behaviors, right? Or you breaking other behaviors or things like that. Because when you think about it, like if you have like one addiction, you technically have like maybe a bunch of other addictions, right? You just have one that is more strenuous than the other. But when it comes to these setbacks and whatnot, I try not to beat myself up too much about it, like at least not how I used to, because it's like at that point I'm not getting anywhere, and then I'm not treating myself as if like I'm a person who makes mistakes. And I know that I make mistakes, right? I know that like you're not gonna be driving on a road without some bumps, right? You're gonna have some potholes, you're gonna have some dips, you're gonna have some swerves and some curves, stuff like that, things like that are just gonna get in the way in a journey to just greatness and trying to better yourself. And it's important for us to try and reflect when we act on our impulses, just so we can know what to do better. And I know what to do better now. I know to try and keep up and uphold others' actions throughout the day that I try and keep up, right? Like think of like your best day possible and try and maintain that for at least a week, right? And usually your best day possible isn't just like the events that happen outside of your control. They also pertain to your actions and what you do and how early you get up, and like did you take a shower? Did you get ready in time? Did you leave for work or school in time? Did you get this done? Whatever the case may be, right? So that way you can kind of optimize your day for greatness, and you won't fall into like those habits, right? Because like you just have to have kind of that control. And you get that control through willpower, like I mentioned, right? You build it up over a course of time, so that way relapse becomes something that is not as easy to do over time. And I just want to come out and tell you guys, like, I'm not perfect, right? Like, it might seem that way. Oh, this guy, he works out every single day, he tries to be motivational, he talks over his videos, blah blah blah. But it's like, I'm not perfect, right? I have chinks in my armor, if I'm even wearing armor to begin with. And, I just have to do things in order to clear my mind and my mental. Fasting, definitely. It definitely increases my willpower and clears my mind. It keeps me almost unattracted to certain vices and addictive behaviors. Another thing is, of course, just like, really just in a way kind of going into like meditative states. I don't meditate, but just kind of like reflecting and sitting there and just like, I don't know, just chilling, because you're gonna get more comfortable with your own self and your own mind and your own experiences, and we have to be able to do these things. And I'm trying to just be better, right? And that's all, right? If there's anything you get out of this video, it's just like, try your best to be better. Even if you mess up, right? If you mess up, you expect that, right? Take those mess ups and think about them, but don't beat yourself up about it, right? But then again, it's like, it's a good thing that when I mess up, when I screw up, when I relapse, it's technically a good thing that I feel bad, because that means I'm not a functioning addict, right? There's so many people out here who like have addictions that they probably don't even realize, and they're able to function well throughout society. But then, one day or, one instance or something random happens, and now all of a sudden, like, things change, right? Because the entire time they were able to do things so well, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just all came crashing down, right? Because they had an addiction that they hid and nobody knew, and they didn't even realize they had it, and then it brought everything crumbling down. So it's a great thing, like, even if you go through this, it's a great thing that you are upset and frustrated, but don't beat yourself up, right? Don't beat yourself up. Again, at the end of the day, you are a person who is ever evolving, ever changing, and you're not always going to be able to keep up with all these things that you're trying to set for yourself. It's just that as long as you know why, and you understand why, then you can be better. You can do better, right? As long as you just get one day further, right? You just get one day further, and then at some point you'll get to a year, at some point you get to 2 years, at some point that'll be just your life. But yeah, that's about all I really got to talk about. If you guys enjoy the videos, leave a like, whatever the case may be. I really appreciate you guys watching and, just listening to this stuff. I appreciate like the feedback and the comments and whatnot. I've been seeing some of the same people comment ever since, like, I don't know, video like 20 or 50 or something like that. It's crazy. I really do appreciate the support. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have my programs in the description, and they should be in the pinned comment. If I don't have them, then they're in the description. But yeah, if you guys like this video and whatnot, leave a like, leave a comment, whatever. And yeah, peace out.